Hey everybody, welcome to the beginning of our series of videos on hypnotic age regression, otherwise known as regression to cause, right Mike?
Right.
And in this video, Mike is going to talk about how to set up a Lifeline Anchor. But before we even do that, let's just introduce the idea that hypnotic age regression, let's talk quickly what's it used for and what's the very first setup, i.e. the induction and deepener.
Well, the first thing you're going to do is obviously you're going to put someone in a deep trance and deepen it. That's just de rigueur for moving with hypnosis. But what are you going to use this for? When you're using hypnotic regression, the point is to take someone to a previous event that has trauma, bad memories around it. This will release phobias, all sorts of things, but it can be pretty heavy for them to go back there.
So in essence, it's taking something from their past that has a negative emotional charge and helping eliminate that emotional charge so they can live a better life and feel better. So obviously we're going to induce trance, deepen trance. People should know how to do that. We have other videos on that. What's the first thing that we do once they're deep in trance?
Well, this is it. See, we believe in ecology first, the ecology of your client and the ecology of yourself. We want them always leaving the office feeling better, happier, more functional than when they came in. That's always the aim. And when we're taking them back into these deep emotions, we have to protect them first. So we set up what's called a lifeline anchor. It can also be called a bailout anchor or a laughing place, as Dr. Dabney Ewan called it. And it's a great way to set up something very, very powerful that is positive. So if necessary, we can pull the subject out of the negative experience and drop them right in a very positive experience if it's too stressful for them.
All right, so how do we do it?
Well, an anchor I like to set up is one on the wrist. Now, if I'd be working with a client, I'd pick the spot on the wrist. There's a dent on each side of the wrist. And a good anchor has to be distinct and something you can replicate pretty easily, something that's not going to happen by accident. So I'll say to the client who's in a trance, go to a place that is, as Carl Smith says, a magical, mystical place where you can make all the changes you need to make. Or you can say, go to a laughing place where you're happy and empowered and you have the person in their mind go there, you're watching them, you're calibrating them, and you're going to get a nod from them. And you've told them in advance you're going to touch their wrist. Otherwise, when you squeeze their wrist, they'll go, wah, and you lose the whole effect. So they know in advance what you're going to do, and you say, no, nod when you're fully in that wonderful place, your laughing place, whatever you're calling it. And they nod, and you hold the anchor there for a few seconds, and you can say, that's right. And now, what would you like to add to this? Think of an emotion that is really fun, really enjoyable. Why not add your last vacation that you loved? Go there now, feel it, enjoy it. And when you're in that wonderful vacation spot, give me a nod again, and they do, and you anchor that
So you're
too.
Building like a
you're
tower
stacking
of
anchors,
awesome.
a tower of awesome. Stack a few powerful anchors. I'd say at least 3. And then you say to the client, the subject, if at any time I squeeze your wrist like this, you will immediately come back to this wonderful, laughing, magical, mystical, happy place, whatever you're calling it.
And you could even test it at that moment if you want to.
And you can test it at that moment if you want to. So the idea being you now have this bailout. This is your safety. So if they start to abreact and throw off all kinds of negative emotion, you can dip them out of it and bring them back to the laughing place, let them rest a bit, then take them back to the event and get rid of more of the negative stuff. You always have this to come back to. It must be powerful. It's got to be only very, very positive and very emotionally satisfying for them. Otherwise, it's not going to be strong enough.
Okay, that's fantastic. So that is the Lifeline Anchor, the laughing place, the bailout anchor, as Carl Smith, our friend, says, that wonderful, mystical, magical place.
And Carl Smith also says, don't call it a safe place.
Yeah.
He said, for people who've gone through abuse, a safe place might be hiding under the stairs. That would be a bad anchor.
Yeah, that's exactly a very good point. I like that. Okay, so that is the first video on regression. We have a series of these, so check the links in the description. You'll find the rest of them. If you want to learn more about hypnotic age regression, regression to cause, check out the videos. And also make sure to sign up to the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. That is our flagship online training that helps you become an awesome hypnotist, no matter what your skill level is. If you're a total beginner, or if you've already been trained elsewhere, we even train other trainers of other schools.
Whatever kind of hypnosis you practice, we can get you to the next level.
All right, so make sure you check the link in the description. Make sure you click the subscribe button, ring that bell after you click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, and
good night.